What's up, guys? Welcome to Rogue Reviews. My name is Nolan.
My name's Evan.
A little more low-key this week, but we still wanted to bring you our review of Atomic Blonde.
Directed by David Leitch, it has the acting talents of Charlize Theron, James McAvoy, Eddie Marsan, John Goodman, Toby Jones, James Faulkner, including Sophia Boutella. Oh, and Bill Skarsgård. That was kind of out of the blue. I had no idea he was in this movie.
I was looking forward to this movie. The trailers were all kick butt, and coming out of it, I just felt really let down by it. The directing, David Leitch was one of the co-directors of John Wick, the first John Wick, and I believe the second one as well. The action in this movie is just awesome. It's just everything with the rest of the movie is just falls so flat that you just like, all right, it had cool action scenes, but that was about it.
Yeah, the trailers for this movie did not represent what you're getting out of this film. It's kind of weird. I feel like David Leitch was one of the directors that did John Wick. There's only like 2 scenes in this movie where I felt like it was actually him directing or something along those lines, because there's a scene, there's a stairwell fight scene that other people have talked about in reviews. That is where all of a sudden it's like, whoa, okay, now the movie's awake. You know, like Charlize, however I call it Charlize.
Yeah.
She had just more emotion. She was into it. She was fighting. The camera work was amazing. All the stunts were on par and amazing. I didn't need this film to be John Wick.
Yeah.
But I wanted it to be believable and have a fluidity and coherence. This film was just choppy. It was really choppy. It was hard to understand. Not for like in the sense of, Interstellar or Inception. It was just literally hard to understand. Like, they were jumping around all over the place, and you're dealing with, double agents and all that stuff, and that alone can get confusing because you're like, well, whose side is who on it? But the storytelling in it was just so butchered by editing. Yeah. And it was tough to sit through. I was honestly kind of bored. I was bored up until that stairwell scene.
I was bored, up until that stairwell scene, and then I'm like, all right, this is going to get going. Before the stairwell scene, I thought, all right, this has got to be wrapping up, right? Like, this feels so long.
I kind of wanted to look at my phone. I was like, can I do this?
I know. It's like, I didn't want to be that person. Yeah. But, like what you said, John Wick, I felt like what they did so well is they set up the characters to where you are so sympathetic. It's a guy who lost his puppy to these guys that was given to him by his dead wife. Exactly. That's all you need. Mm-hmm. This movie just tries to be more smart than it is. It's a fairly simple plot when you think about it, but they try to make you go through all these twists and turns, but they don't set up the characters, so you don't care when all these double crossings are happening and everything. You're just like, all right, cool. When's the next action sequences? Because that's the only good thing about this movie. You don't care about the characters. I mean, they give good performances. Charlize Theron's pretty good in the movie. I really like the performance of James McAvoy, even though I have no idea what his character was about the entire movie. It's just him being unhinged and kind of crazy, which is fun to watch. But at the same point, you're like, all right, like he said, who is on whose side? What is the story? It goes through the trope of the spy list, like, that we've seen in so many, I think every Mission Impossible, they got the list of all the agents, it's like, all right, that's cool, but I feel like they were trying to go for like a Tarantino vibe, and they just completely fell on their faces, like with the storytelling aspect. It relies
heavily on Charlize's body, and just like, ooh, we're sexy though, and we got all this like fun flair and colors and neon. It's like, that's great, but it's not going to hold any water, you know, like the story's not there. And even if the story is there, it could have been cool. The editing and the overall vibe of it was just like I wasn't involved. I wasn't like watching a movie. Like, I wasn't sucked into the world, and that's what a movie's about. You don't sit there thinking, what time is it? How long has it been? Like, that's what I was thinking in this movie, which is funny because it's an action movie, so to speak. There's not a lot of action scenes. The trailer makes it look like it's just a blood fest. It's not. It's a spy thriller, Charlize being sexy and lots of drinking and debauchery and all that stuff. But I don't know, it didn't. You're right. It's almost like it just was trying way too hard to be like this sassy spy kick-ass girl movie.
The sound design in this movie too, especially when it came to the music. You pointed out, a couple people had pointed something out about the music ahead of time. So I was kind of more looking for it.
Bizarre.
It felt like they cranked the music up. Like, I'm not one of these, turn that music down, young man. Right? It's like, but at the same time, it's like, it just
distracting.
It seems a little bit too loud for what everything else is happening. Like, when they're having these action sequences, Charlize is beating up these guys, the music's just like, and you're like, oh, this is just like an assault on my senses. Like, stop.
Yeah, on top of that, because it's 80s hits.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a cool, like, they're all like fighting. No, it's like 80s pop hits, and you're just like, we get it. It's the damn 80s. Yeah. Like, we're over it, man.
And I mean, it had a good soundtrack. Like, the songs they used, I'm like, all right, these are cool, but you're just like blasting them in our face, and it's like, ugh.
This does not invoke emotion.
Yeah,
during a fight scene, I don't know. They're not the songs you would think they would pick to emphasize a brutal fight. It's like just pop songs.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Just a lot of weird choices, a lot of bad choices, in my opinion. Some parts were cool, like the stairwell scene. It almost would have been better, or would have done better, if they went for a female John Wick. If they went for that vibe, I think it would have been slightly more successful.
I think it would have been cooler, because what you were saying, like, you didn't care about the world they were in.
No.
That's the great thing about the John Wick franchise, is the world of it is so cool. It's the Continental. It's the whole story behind the assassins. And this was more of a government spy in Berlin thing. We've just seen that before.
Right.
It was based off some comic series.
See, it's weird, because, like, thinking about that, you look at John Wick, it's very stylized. It's almost like the world isn't real. It's like the world is just this...
It's
like,
a comic book world.
Yeah, but not even like comic book like you would think. It's just like you're stepping into this. You can tell it's slightly off. You know, like The Matrix. Like it kind of had that... Like there's this own world to it. Whereas Atomic Blonde, it was just... the craziness and all this weirdness, but put into, I don't know, there's nothing special about the setting. Like,
I love Berlin.
I know.
I kept saying that. It's like
I don't. It's what about Berlin?
Yeah, it's like
there's nothing special about it. I don't know. They're trying to tie it into the whole
Fall of the Berlin Wall.
Fall of the Berlin Wall, and they're like, oh, that's not that story.
Which, I mean, it could have been. Yeah, that was confusing too at the beginning when they're like, this is not that story. I'm like, so the wall never fell in this story? Like, what are you trying to set us up for?
Yeah, that's what I thought too. They were trying to like a different timeline.
Yeah. It just that sums up this movie perfectly. It's just confusing.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you even rate Atomic Blonde?
I will give it, man, just because of the scene that was really cool, I'll give it a 6. I would say 5, but I'm going to give it a 6. Because it was cool, it was stylized. Charlize is killing it in that film. Sophia was good. James McAvoy, like you said, was good. Mm-hmm. There were some cool double crossings and all that stuff, but the whole meeting scenes and just like everything else in the movie just made it not enjoyable. But you know what? I didn't fall asleep. So I'm going to give it a 6.
I mean, I was honest. I think I was more bored than you. Getting like even the stairway scene, like it saved a little momentum for me. But I mean, like you said, this movie just had potential, which is I think the most frustrating thing about it is you just felt like going through the movie, like, all right, when is it really going to ramp up? Like, it feels like this is getting somewhere, and then just completely goes off the rails again. Like I said, I like Charlize, I like McAvoy, Sophia was good. I like John Goodman, Toby Jones. Those guys are always fun.
Yeah, John Goodman making a comeback.
Yeah.
In all these movies now.
Yeah, they're always fun when they pop up in movies. But just the incoherent storytelling, the choppy editing, the loud, weird edited music, and I mean the direction of just like the talking scenes where it wasn't anything special either. Like it was really kind of a mess. I'll probably go about 5.5. I don't think it's like terrible, but it's not great in any stretch of the imagination. It feels like one of those movies, like an action flick you'll catch on cable, like 3 years from now.
Oh,
it's like, oh yeah, this I'll watch the stairway scene and then turn it off.
Exactly.
All right, guys. You guys see Atomic Blonde this weekend? What did you guys think of it? Comment below and let us know what you guys thought. As always, make sure to subscribe to Rogue Reviews for more awesome content. We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.